Hello everyone, very good evening. Welcome to Oliveboard. My name is Varsha Ma'am, and in this particular session, we are going to discuss about a very important thing, that is National Program for Dairy Development. And why it is in news, what are the important components associated with the National Program for Dairy Development, and after that we'll discuss some questions related to it. Okay, so recently we had covered about National Livestock Mission. Okay, what are the important changes and what are the important schemes that are associated with it? We discussed about the White Revolution 2.0 also. And in this particular session, we'll have our discussions around the National Program for Dairy Development and why it is in news nowadays. Okay, so before proceeding forward, I am requesting you all, please share the session among your friends also, so that your friends will also be there in the session, and as well as subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you will get the notification of all the classes on time. And yeah, aspirants, most of the time you have the queries like where we will get the PDFs of all the YouTube classes. So yes, you can get the PDF of all the YouTube classes on our application. Go install the application of Oliveboard, register yourself there, download the PDFs, and that's how you can do your preparations. And as well as you can enroll in the batches that are available for you on the application of Oliveboard. Okay, so that's how you can do your preparations with the bestest team of Oliveboard. And yeah, so here we go. Why it is in news? So yesterday, that is on 19th of March 2025, what happened? Union Cabinet, which is chaired by Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, has approved the revised National Program for Dairy Development. What is that? Why it was revised? Why there is a need to do a revision of anything? जैसे कि हम एग्जाम से पहले whenever we launch a particular scheme, whenever a particular scheme is launched और उसके साथ कुछ targets decided होते हैं that we have to achieve all these targets in the prerequisite time. And when we observe that ki target are achievable, targets are about to achieve, or when we observe that yeah, there is a need, there is something that is lagging behind, we need to do some changes so that the target will be achieved on time. Okay, with that thought in mind, the revisions are done in the specific programs जो भी launch हो रहे, specific schemes जो भी launch हो रही हैं. ठीक है. So similarly, there was a need arises to do some changes, do some modifications in the National Program for Dairy Development so that it will be achieved, it will be helpful, it will strengthen the farmers who are interested in livestock raising. Okay, so let's talk about all these points in detail here. Very good evening, Tawfiq. Very good evening to you. Yeah. So revised National Program for Dairy Development, what is it? It a central sector scheme has been enhanced with an additional rupees 1000 crore, bringing the total budget to 2790 crore for the period of 15th Finance Commission cycle. See, yesterday we covered about PM Asha. Why? Because it is also currently in news. Okay, इसमें भी 15th Finance Commission cycle के regarding changes were adopted. That's why it was revised. Similarly, ये भी इसीलिए ही news में है. Yes, I am also fine. I am also fine. If you guys are fine, you are studying well with me. That means I am also fine. Okay. Now, this initiative, so after doing some modifications and improvisations in this national program for dairy development, right, this initiative will focus on what will we achieve, like modernizing and expanding dairy infrastructure. Okay, this initiative will mainly focuses on modernize the infrastructure where we are raising our cattle so that we'll get good productivity out of them. We want to expand the dairy infrastructure, ensuring the sector's sustained growth and productivity. And moreover, we'll discuss about the impact. ठीक है, जो नेशनल डेयरी डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम ये लॉन्च हुआ, इसका क्या इम्पैक्ट पड़ा, प्रेजेंट सिनेरियो क्या है, ठीक है, हाउ इट इज हेल्पिंग और बूस्टिंग द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ द फार्मर जो रूरल एरियाज में रह रहे हैं, कैसे सस्टेन ग्रोथ एंड प्रोडक्टिविटी में दिस पर्टिकुलर प्रोग्राम इज हेल्पिंग. वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस अबाउट एवरीथिंग हियर. ठीक है, सो न्यूज में ये इसलिए रहा. एंड द रिवाइज्ड नेशनल प्रोग्राम फॉर डेयरी डेवलपमेंट विल गिव अस एन impetus to the dairy sector by creating infrastructure for milk procurement, processing capacity, and ensuring better quality control. Like milk quality should be controlled because it is one of the most important ingredient or the nutrient that we consume on regular basis. It's intended to help farmers gain better access to markets, to ensuring better pricing through value addition, and improve the efficiency of the supply chain, leading to higher incomes and greater rural development. सी वाई सी अभी जितने भी मिशंस हम पढ़ते हैं, जितने भी स्कीम्स हम पढ़ रहे हैं, वी हैव वन थॉट इन आवर माइंड कि हमें रूरल डेवलपमेंट को स्ट्रेंथन करना है बिकॉज मोस्ट ऑफ आवर पॉपुलेशन इज लिविंग इन रूरल एरियाज एंड दे नीड टू माइग्रेट. उनको माइग्रेट करने की जरूरत पड़ती है जब उनको अपने ही एरिया में इनकम अपॉर्चुनिटीज अच्छी नहीं मिलती है. अगर हम उनके ही नियर बाय एरियाज में गुड इनकम अपॉर्चुनिटीज उनको प्रोवाइड कर देंगे, विल प्रोवाइड विद ऑल द नेसेसरी थिंग्स दैट इज नीडेड, so why will they migrate to the urban localities and they will suffer, right? So इसीलिए we are working upon boosting all these factors, ठीक है, ताकि हमारा rural economy क्या हो जाए, strong हो जाए. ठीक है. Now let's talk about this scheme in detail कि when was that particular scheme was launched and with what objective. So this particular scheme was launched by the Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairy that comes under the Ministry of फिशरीज एनिमल हस्बेंड्री एंड डेयरिंग. ठीक है, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ फिशरी एनिमल हस्बेंड्री एंड डेयरिंग के अंदर देयर इज वन डिपार्टमेंट दैट इज डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ एनिमल हस्बेंड्री एंड डेयरिंग. Okay, so this scheme is launched by this particular department, and when it was launched since Feb 2020 or 2014. Okay, so it was launched in Feb 2014 and the scheme has been restructured, realigned in July 2021. Okay, so there was a need to do some improvisations in the scheme in the year 2021 to achieve the requisite target. So firstly, it was restructured or realigned in the year July 2021 for implementation from 2021-22 to the year. तो what are the important dimensions that we have to cover under the different schemes कि कोई स्कीम कब लॉन्च हुई थी, अगर वो अभी अपना टेन्योर कंप्लीट करने वाली है इन द ईयर 2025 तो वो एग्जामिनेशन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू के लिए जरूरी है. अगर कोई स्कीम 2024 या 25 में ही लॉन्च हुई है तो वो तो एग्जाम के लिए जरूरी है ही. ठीक है, तो ये सभी फैक्टर्स वी नीड टू कीप इन अवर माइंड व्हाइल डूइंग ऑल दीज स्टडीज. ओके, विद द फॉलोइंग टू components. So these are the two components. So when the scheme was launched, when the National Program for Dairy Development was about to launch, so these two components was in mind, component A and component B. Now what are these components? Let's talk about them. ठीक है. So component A. So what is it? Component A is it's dedicated to improving essential dairy infrastructure. So where we are raising our cattle, where we are raising our dairy animals and the products obtained from them, so that need to be improved, such as milk chilling plants. ठीक है, milk need to be pasteurized well, it need to be like chill well, otherwise वो क्या हो जाएगा, spoil हो जाएगा. So there is a need of infrastructures to store the milk and for advanced milk testing laboratories to know about the chemicals present in the milk, to know about the nutrients present in the milk and the certification system. Okay, so component A is dedicated to all these factors. Understood? And it also supports the formation of, so under the component A of National Program for Dairy Development, under the component A of National Program for Dairy Development, it is also included that it also supports the formation of new village dairy cooperative societies. ठीक है, village dairy cooperative societies का formation हो and strengthen milk procurement and processing. So initially when this component A was taken into consideration, the main focus was on northeastern region. नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न रीजन में मिल्क प्रोक्यूरमेंट स्ट्रेंथन करना है, प्रोसेसिंग स्ट्रेंथन करनी है एंड एज वेल एज इन द हिली रीजन्स एंड द यूनियन टेरिटरीज, स्पेशली इन रिमोट एंड बैकवर्ड एरियाज as well as the formation of two milk producer companies with dedicated grant support. Okay, so this was a component that was included. So this is component number A. ठीक है, component 1, component A और B के दोनों के factors देखना ध्यान से, बहुत जरूरी है समझना ये चीज. Component A of National Program for Dairy Development focuses on creating and strengthening of infrastructure for quality milk testing equipments as well as primary chilling facilities for State Cooperative Dairy Federation, State Cooperative Dairy Federation, District Cooperative Milk Producers Union, self-help groups, milk producer companies, farmer producer organizations. ठीक है, so this was under the component A. Now under the component B, so what is another name for component B? Dairying through cooperatives, that is DTC, will continue to foster dairy development through corporations. Corporations के साथ dairy development को boost करना है with the government of Japan and Japan International Corporation Agency as per agreement signed. So there was an agreement signed between Indian government and the Japan government with the thought in mind कि there is a need to foster the dairy development through cooperation. So this component focuses on the sustainable development of dairy cooperatives, improving production, processing and marketing infrastructure. There should be improved marketing infrastructure. जो भी milk produce हो रहा है, that should be marketed well. There should be proper infrastructure to store it. Okay, and डेयरी कॉपरेटिव्स के establishment की बात की गई है अंडर द component B in the 9 states. And what's the name of the 9 states mentioned here? आंध्र प्रदेश, बिहार, मध्य प्रदेश, पंजाब, हरियाणा, sorry, पंजाब, राजस्थान, तेलंगाना, उत्तराखंड, उत्तर प्रदेश and West Bengal. And the component B aims to increase, so marketing है इसका main agenda, increase sale of milk and dairy products by increasing farmers' access to organized markets, upgrading dairy processing facilities and marketing infrastructure, and enhancing the capacity of producers owned institutions. और जो भी producers owned institutions हैं, need to enhance the capacity of them. ठीक है, so these all comes under component B of National Program for Dairy Development. Understood? So aspirants who are there in the session, are you getting all these points? Yeah, please comment below that are you getting all these points? Thumbs up कर दो जल्दी से comment box में. Understood ना? Now under the component A of National Program for Dairy Development, so under how much development is achieved, how much we had achieved as per this National Program for Dairy Development. So under the component A of National Program for Dairy Development, 110 projects have been approved across the country with the total outlay of rupees 22,247.46 crore, including central share of rupees 1,658.29 crores. Okay, and under component B of National Program for Dairy Development, so ये 110 projects, यहाँ इसके अंदर 22 projects have been approved with a total outlay of rupees कितना 1130.62 crore, including loan amount of rupees 705.53 crores, grant of rupees 329.70 crore, and participating institutions contribution of rupees 93.38 crore during last 5 years. So in the last 5 years that much we had achieved. तो total कितना? So out of the total 132 projects जो approved किए थे by the government for the component A and component B, how much we had completed? 52 projects had been completed. So that can be an important data. This can be an important data that you have to put while framing answer for these type of questions. Okay, so this data should be in your mind, right? Or updated whenever it will be updated, I'll update you. Okay, now current scenario. So what is our current scenarios? How much we had like achieved under this? So total 16,041 dairy cooperative societies have been organized and 15.31 lakh farmers or milk producers have been enrolled under National Program for Dairy Development Scheme during last 5 years. So last 5 years में that much we had achieved. So this is a current scenario. And under component B of National Program for Dairy Development, Japan International Corporation Agency assisted program loan has been provided with subsidized rate of interest at the rate of 1.50% for the eligible institutions for creation of dairy infrastructure in the interest of farmers and cooperative societies. So component B ही तो है हमारा जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के साथ एसोसिएटेड है जिसमें जापान गवर्नमेंट का वी हैड डिस्कस द रोल तो कितना सब्सिडाइज रेट पे सब्सिडाइज रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट पे लोन विल बी प्रोवाइड टू द फार्मर्स एट द रेट ऑफ 1.50% फॉर द एलिजिबल इंस्टीट्यूशंस. ठीक है. नाउ इम्पैक्ट क्या हो रहा है? सो व्हाट इम्पैक्ट वी आर ऑब्जर्विंग बिकॉज ऑफ दैट. ठीक है. वेन एवर एनी स्कीम इज लॉन्च, वेन एवर अब नीड क्यों पड़ रही है इसको रिवाइज करने की? बिकॉज वी आर ऑब्जर्विंग अ पॉजिटिव इम्पैक्ट ऑन द डिफरेंट पैरामीटर्स बिकॉज ऑफ दिस प्रोग्राम ना. सो देयर इज अ नीड टू इसको अपग्रेड करके लॉन्च रखते हैं फर्दर के लिए. ठीक है. So the implementation of National Program for Dairy Development started has made huge socio-economic impact, already benefiting over 18.74 lakh farmers and has created over 30,000 direct and indirect jobs and increased milk procurement capacity by an additional 100.95 lakh liters per day. So that much good impact we had observed. ठीक है. 18.74 lakh farmers को benefit हो गया है इससे because they are now having good infrastructure facilities, modernize कर दिए हैं उन्होंने अपनी dairy technologies को and as well as they are having good chilling plants and other things. And the National Program for Dairy Development has also supported in promoting cutting edge technology for better milk testing and quality control. Over 51,777 village level milk testing laboratories have been strengthened, while 5,123 bulk milk coolers with a combined capacity of 123.33 lakh liters have been installed. In addition, 169 labs have been upgraded with Fourier transform infrared milk analyzers and 232 dairy plants now have advanced system for detecting adulterations. So that much development. So impact raha hai, positive impact, like how much the things has improved. Okay, and what is expected from revised? Now we had revised it. Okay, we had approved the revised form of National Program for Dairy Development for the 15th financial under the 15th financial commission or this for this financial cycle of 2025-26. So what we are expecting, अगर किसी चीज में आप extra 1000 करोड़ का further budget outlay कर रहे हो तो what the thought you will have in your mind, आप किसी चीज में invest कर रहे हो, for example you are studying with us, you are investing your time on my class. ठीक है. अभी आप ऑलिव बोर्ड पे मेरी क्लास में टाइम इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हो, 1 मिनट लूंगी मैं आप लोगों का एक्स्ट्रा, तो व्हाट यू गाइज विल बी एक्सपेक्टिंग फ्रॉम मी कि आपको टॉपिक क्लियर होके जाए. ठीक है. और मेरे को भी ये रहेगा कि मैं इतना अच्छे से आपको चीजें क्लियर कर लूं कि आपको इस टॉपिक के लिए कहीं दोबारा से नहीं फोकस करना पड़े. तो सिमिलरली व्हेन समथिंग सम रिवीजन सम इम्प्रोवाइजेशंस आर डन इन एनी प्रोग्राम, सो देयर इज अ थॉट बिहाइंड देम. ठीक है. यस. Yeah, Atithi, so much factual. देखो factual data, it will not be possible for you to learn इतना सारा factual data. लेकिन इसको आप अपने notes में highlight कर लो. आप on an average और approx करके you can mention in the answer sheets. Descriptive में when you will have some questions related to the scheme or any such program, तो आपको जैसे अभी मिल्क प्रोक्यूरमेंट में क्या क्या डिफिकल्टीज फेस हुई हैं रिसेंट में, अगर ऐसा कोई क्वेश्चन आता है दैट यू नीड टू फ्रेम इन योर आंसर राइटिंग, सो इफ यू हैव सम फैक्चुअल नॉलेज इन योर माइंड, सो यू विल बी कैपेबल ऑफ फ्रेमिंग अ गुड आंसर. ठीक है। तो यू नीड टू मार्क इन योर नोटबुक, और जब आप रिवाइज करते हो ना तो कुछ चीजें याद है, जैसे कि आपको कभी अपना नाम याद करने की कोशिश नहीं पड़ी, कभी अपना डीओबी याद करने की कोशिश नहीं पड़ी, अपना मोबाइल नंबर नहीं। तो सिमिलरली अगर आप एक एग्जाम को लेके फोकस करें, यू आर डूइंग रिविजन्स ऑन रेगुलर बेसिस, तो आप रिलेट करके कर लोगे। सिमिलरली देखो अभी 10,000 FPOs आर established, ठीक है, फॉर द फॉर्मेशन एंड प्रमोशन ऑफ 10,000 FPOs प्रोग्राम लॉन्च हुआ था। ठीक है, सिमिलरली ये भी यहाँ पे कितने कॉर्पोरेटिव्स की बात हम कर रहे हैं, कितने न्यू डेयरी कॉर्पोरेटिव सोसाइटीज की हम बात कर रहे हैं, 10,000 की। तो हो गया ना रिलेट। ठीक है, यू नीड टू रिलेट द थिंग्स विद ईच अदर। सो रिवाइज नेशनल प्रोग्राम फॉर डेयरी डेवलपमेंट इज एक्सपेक्टेड to establish 10,000 new dairy cooperative societies processing in the northeastern region, as well as the formation of two milk producer companies with dedicated grant support in addition to the ongoing projects of नेशनल प्रोग्राम फॉर डेयरी डेवलपमेंट। अभी हमने टोटल 123 प्रोजेक्ट्स देखा, 123 में से वी हैड कंप्लीटेड 52। तो वी नीड टू फोकस ऑन द रिमेनिंग प्रोजेक्ट्स ऑल्सो to generate an additional 3.2 lakh direct and indirect employment opportunities, particularly benefiting women, which constitute 70% of daily workforce. So this is a data. Whenever you have to frame any answer regarding the dairy, regarding the milk production, तो you can mention directly कि 70% women constitute कर रही है इस सेक्टर को। तो अगर हम इस सेक्टर को बूस्ट करेंगे तो इनडायरेक्टली हम विमेन एम्पावरमेंट की बात कर रहे हैं, विमेन को एम्प्लॉयमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटीज प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं। ठीक है, and the revised national program for dairy development will transform India's modern infrastructure in sync with White Revolution 2.0 के बारे में we had discussed in National Livestock Mission. So that will be in the collaborations and will further support the newly formed cooperatives by providing new technology and quality testing labs. This program will help improve rural livelihood, generate jobs, and build a stronger, more resilient dairy industry that benefits millions of farmers and stakeholders across the country. Okay, so if this program will be a successful one, rural livelihood will be improved, employment opportunities will be generated, and there will be a more stronger, more resilient dairy industry that will benefit millions of farmers and stakeholders across the country. Okay, so this is all about, ठीक है, if you have some questions related to that, what is expected, और आपको ये पूरा format करना हो तो I had discussed every single point under this. I think you will be capable of framing a good question for this. Okay. Now we are having now we are having some questions for you. So this is the first question on the screen. So aspirant जो भी class में है, please give the answer for this question. So question here is, yeah, which of the following components is not included in the revised National Program for Dairy Development 2025? Strengthening dairy farming infrastructure, improving breeding and nutrition practices, providing financial support for large dairy farms, enhancing the capacity of cooperative dairy unions. Yeah, so what should be the right answer? Yes. Anything that you can mark? Navneet, Atithi, you guys are saying improving breeds and nutrition practices, national program for dairy development, providing financial support for large dairy farms. Under this question, yeah, Navneet, under this question, there was a question, what are the problems that the milk procurement or dairy sector is facing in our country? Dairy sector में क्या-क्या problems face हो रही है? And what are the what kind of impact, like we'll discuss about the questions related to it. ठीक है, मुझे जहां तक लगता है there was a question in 2023, just give me a minute, there was a question in 2023 that was of 15 marks, or under that there was three sub questions. ठीक है, there was three sub question, one was of 6 marks, 6 marks and 3 marks. So इन सिमिलर टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चंस अगर आपके पास कोई फॉर्मेट में क्वेश्चन आता है जिसमें आपके पास पूछ लें कि डायरेक्टली कि मिल्क प्रोक्यूरमेंट को इम्प्रूव करने के लिए, ठीक है, या फिर डेयरी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर्स को स्ट्रेंथन करने के लिए हाउ आर गवर्नमेंट कैन टेक इफेक्ट टू स्ट्रेंथन द डेयरी सेक्टर. ठीक है, सो अंडर दैट हेडिंग you can mention about the National Livestock Mission, White Revolution 2.0 and this National Program for Dairy Development. ठीक है, अगर आपके पास ये नोट्स रहेंगे ना, हमेशा हैंडी नोट्स रहेंगे, माइंड मैप्स रहेंगे, तो आप ऐसे क्वेश्चंस का आंसर फ्रेम कर लोगे. ठीक है, ट्रस्ट मी, डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चंस हमेशा नहीं आते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल लास्ट ईयर आप लोग का डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन आ गया था अबाउट द एग्रोफोरेस्ट्री, द बेनिफिट्स ऑफ एग्रोफोरेस्ट्री, द कॉन्स्टेंट्स ऑफ एग्रोफोरेस्ट्री. ऐसा मत एक्सपेक्ट करो कि हर बार डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन आ जाएगा. ऐसे क्वेश्चंस होंगे दैट यू हैव टू फ्रेम बाय योरसेल्फ, और ऐसी इंफॉर्मेशन की हेल्प से आप फ्रेम कर पाएंगे. ठीक है, आशीष कुमार, द राइट आंसर विल बी प्रोवाइडिंग फाइनेंशियल सपोर्ट फॉर लार्ज डेयरी फार्म्स. लार्ज डेयरी फार्म्स को फाइनेंशियल सपोर्ट की बात कहीं पर नहीं की गई है, तो दिस इज नॉट अ कॉम्पोनेंट ऑफ रिवाइज्ड नेशनल प्रोग्राम. ठीक है, आप डेयरी फार्मिंग इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को स्ट्रेंथन करने की बात कर रहे हो, कैपेसिटी ऑफ कोऑपरेटिव डेयरी यूनियंस को एनहेंस करने की बात कर रहे हो, इंप्रूविंग ब्रीडिंग एंड न्यूट्रिशन प्रैक्टिसेस दैट वी आर फॉलोइंग फॉर अवर कैटल्स, उसकी हम बात कर रहे हैं. वी आर नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट फाइनेंशियल सपोर्ट. ठीक है, फाइनेंशियल सपोर्ट के बारे में तो बात हुई नहीं है कहीं पर भी. ठीक है, what is one of the key strategies under the revised national program for dairy development 2025? Key strategies. So let's talk about the key strategies under it. Option is increasing subsidies on imported dairy product. Is it something mentioned about it? Supporting dairy farmers through training and capacity building, limiting milk production to specific reasons only, restricting the sale of milk in urban areas. One of the key strategies, option number A, B, C or D. You will be directly relating it. ठीक है, supporting dairy farmers through training and capacity building. So under the capacity building, what we are doing, we are establishing the good infrastructures, no? And how they can store the milk there. So we are focusing on all these factors. So option number B, very good. Ashish, Atithi, ठीक है, Navneet, very good. Okay, next is under the revised National Program for Dairy Development 2025, which of the following is a target for improving the dairy sector? So which one is the target? One is modernizing dairy processing units. First, जो आज के सेक्शन में फर्स्ट जो प्रेजेंटेशन का फर्स्ट पेज था उस पे जो लिखा हुआ था वहीं से इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर है. ठीक है, आई हैड गिवन यू द हिंट. एस्टैब्लिशिंग डेयरी फार्म्स इन अर्बन एरियाज, shutting down non-organic dairy farms, reducing the number of dairy cooperatives. Yeah, so what should be the answer? Yes, the right answer is modernize करने की हम बात कर रहे हैं, capacity building की बात कर रहे हैं. So this is target for improving the dairy sector. A would be the right answer. Very good. ठीक है, next is what is the primary goal of the revised National Program for Dairy Development 2025? What is the primary goal you have to tell? To promote export of milk products, to increase milk production and improve the livelihood of dairy farmers, to reduce the consumption of dairy products and to establish dairy processing units in rural areas. Okay, so look at all the options very carefully. I'm not giving you the answer for this question. This is your homework question. And what I expect from homework question, you need to mention the answer in the comment box. Okay, so write the answer to this question in the comment box. So here I am ending the session for now. ठीक है, हाँ ध्यान से देख लो इस क्वेश्चन में. Don't do the mistake. Don't do the mistake. Look at this question very carefully. Okay, and then answer it or give the reason also for answering this particular question. So here I am ending the session for now. आपको PDF मिल जाएगा classes का on the application of Oliveboard. And aspirants, you can also connect with me on my Telegram, that is Varsha Diman, where you will get the notification of all the classes. And you can also discuss your queries with your friends also there. So here I am ending the session. Bye-bye and all the very best.